This is Chris, and this is the Sunday chat for the 30th of August 2020. Hello, hello, how are you guys? I hope you're having a great Sunday. Today, we're gonna award the $20 or one of my courses. We're gonna award the latest contest. If you want to participate, it's really easy. Just jump on Discord and see the hashtag contest channel, see all the details, and then you can participate if you follow the rules. That's really important. You really have to follow the rules, so make sure you read everything carefully. This is going to be a weekly thing. This week I wanted a new course image for one of my courses, Learn Photoshop, Web Design, and Profitable Freelancing. And some of you guys sent in a lot of information, a lot of entries. Some good, some not so good, and we're gonna unpack them all right now. So this is gonna be fun. Let's jump straight into it. Let me share my screen. And, right from the get-go, I said that you should really follow the rules, right? You should read the rules and make sure you understand what you need to do, right? So let's have a quick look and let's see who's immediately eliminated. Yes, eliminated, unfortunately, because you did not follow the rules, because you did not read what you should have done. So we have all these entries right here, and unfortunately, all of these are eliminated. Eliminated because they did not provide a mock-up, or they did provide a mock-up, but it wasn't the right one. So let me quickly show you how they look like, just so there are no discussions about them. So these are some of the entries that got eliminated. And again, they got eliminated because they did not provide the right mock-up. Now, one of these designers did provide the correct mock-up about an hour ago, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make any difference. So all of these are eliminated. And why are they eliminated? Well, some of them simply flat out, they didn't provide a mock-up, even though the rules say that you should provide a mock-up. So that's one of the reasons. And the second reason is they might have provided a mock-up, something like this, for example, right? Now, this doesn't make any sense because although this is a mock-up, this is not what I was referring to, right? So this is just showing my course image inside the computer. Now, why is that helpful? Well, it isn't. It isn't at all, right? Or here's another mock-up where I can see, again, my course image inside the presentation page on Udemy. Again, is this helpful? No, not really, right? Or here's another one. Here's another mock-up where, again, these are all my existing covers, and this is the new one. And again, this doesn't make all that much sense. Now, let me show you what a real mock-up is supposed to look like. So the real one, the good one, is the following. Let me just open one at random. So this is one that actually makes sense. Well, here's another one that's actually exactly what needs to happen. So the purpose of a mock-up is to show your design, which in this case is this one right here, the first one, in the context of all the competitors, right? So I get to see how your design looks like in the real world. Because again, when students are looking for a Photoshop course, they're gonna see this screen, right? And now your objective as a designer is to make sure that people wanna click on your design on my course, right? So in that sense, you create a mock-up so we can see how effective it is at catching our attention, at drawing us in, right? Because again, we as people, we see whatever these 15 entries here, these 15 courses, and we are immediately drawn to some of them, right? For example, this one on the second row, the first one, this is too busy. This is a bit too simple. This is again quite busy. This is pretty nice on the other hand. This one with the pink, again, this stands out. So there's a battle here, exactly like on YouTube, for clicks. So this is what a mock-up is supposed to do. It's supposed to show your work in the context of my competitors, in the context of my competitors. That's the essential bit. So if you just show me, how my design looks like, on the landing page, for example, where is it? This one, this doesn't provide any meaning. This doesn't provide anything helpful to me. because again, the whole purpose is to replace my existing cover image with a new and better one. So because of that, because you didn't understand what the purpose of a mockup was, and again, this is covered in my courses, because of that, you got eliminated. And again, one student actually did provide a follow-up email, and she did create the correct mockups, but it's too late. And that's another thing. Again, I'm a typical client. I'm a typical contest holder. So if you're ever gonna freelance, you should really focus on what I'm saying right now. I'm really busy, right? I'm really busy, and some of you guys, you're constantly emailing me. You're constantly sending me things like, oh, sorry, Chris, I forgot this, I forgot that, I forgot the links, I forgot the mockup. By the way, here's another version, here's a corrected version, here's an edited version, I moved the text. Man, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for all your emails, for your subsequent emails. You have one shot basically. You send an email, you send 2 or 3 versions, 3 versions at the most, and that's it, right? Don't spam me with 3-4 emails where where you slightly edited something, or you forgot the mockup, or you forgot to provide the links for the resources. I don't have time for that, and that really bothers me. That really upsets me. So when I'm going through all this list, all these things, and again, you fail to meet the requirements, and then after how many days, you say, oh, Chris, look, I forgot about the mockup, that doesn't work. And again, it's not me being nasty right here, it's how contest holders are. They're really busy, they don't have time for, going through all your emails and whatnot. I see your email, if it doesn't meet the requirements, you're out, and that's it. So again, this is how you should approach it. Make sure that when you send that email, that everything is buttoned up. Don't send something that's not 100%. If you send me another email after 20 minutes, that shows that you're impatient. That shows that you didn't give my contest the due time, the proper time, right? So because of that, again, you are eliminated. And one final thing regarding how you should not work with a client. Someone sent me this archive. Everybody else sent me, one file, one PNG and one mockup, or 2 PNGs and 2 mockups, right? This person sent me an archive, and then I have to extract the archive. Obviously, I have to wait for that. And then when I go inside, I have 8 folders, and inside each folder, I have the entries. This is again overkill. This is again something that bothers me. I don't have time for all these things. 8 entries. 8? Who has time for that? Why not 12? Why not 20? Why not 50? It doesn't make any sense. 8 entries. It's not a good look. It's not great for me as a contest holder because I don't have time to go through all of them. And it shows that you're undecided. When you have 8 options for anything, if you tell me, hey Chris, let's go and eat, I have 8 options for you. 8 restaurants where we could go. Come on, it's not good, right? So let's quickly jump into the correct ones. We only have 24 entries, unfortunately. It's not a lot of entries, so I was expecting to have a bit more. But indeed, the brief and the requirements really, some people did not understand what's what. So let's take it from the top. Let's see what's what. So number 1, this is, I'm not sure why I actually included it because this is just a freebie. So this is free pick 100% and the font, that's it. So this, let's get the X so we can nail these. So this is immediately eliminated because again, I said that the freebie should not be more than 50%, right? Well, this is more than 50, this is 95% or something like that. It's interesting that some people are starting calls with me right now, so that's pretty good. That's a good way to go about it. The second one, okay, pretty good, but this is the outdated logo. So this is the old Photoshop logo. The new one is this one right here that you can see. The dollar sign's quite cheesy, but we'll leave it. This one again, we can leave it. And this guy actually he did his research. In general on Udemy, again, you have to know your medium, you have to know about your project. Most covers don't have text, so this is something pretty huge. So these 2 guys actually did a pretty good job here. This is basically the same one with a very pixelated version of me, right? So super low quality. I'm not sure how you're expecting, to make a good impression when you're showing, such a pixelated photo. Let's immediately remove it. And again, this is from the person that sent 8 different versions. So that doesn't make any sense. Here's another one, exact same one, but with a different background, right? With a white background. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, here's one where I'm not sure what this is. Is this money? Is this a dollar? Is this a wallet? I have no idea. If you guys know what this is, please let me know, because I really have no idea what's going on here. Okay, let's see what's what. So this is the exact same one. So basically with a photo and without a photo. So yeah, let's just eliminate one of them. Let's eliminate this one, I think, even though it's exactly the same as this one. So I'm guessing it's the same designer. Wow, this is an extremely outdated icon, so we have to remove that. And plus the money, that's really cheesy. And this one right here, let's just remove this one, because again, it's not a good look, It's profitable freelancing. I understand that it's money related, but putting a stack of cash, really, it's not a good look. This is obviously distorted. I'm not sure why you would distort the logo. It's exactly like I said in my last course. It's like taking the Coca-Cola logo and just changing the font. Why the hell not, right? Make it in Papyrus, right? Make it in Arial. Coca-Cola, but in Arial. Why not? Why play with a huge corporate logo? Why change a huge corporate logo? It doesn't make any sense. You should not touch. You shouldn't touch. You shouldn't edit any significant mainstream logo. You can't take Disney or Pixar or Sony or whatever, huge brands, and slightly tweak their logos. That can't be done. Again, I speak about that in my latest, I'm not really sure actually in which one of my courses, but I do know I speak about it. This one, not that bad, but the mockup is really gonna show what's what. This one, same thing, outdated icon, really old icon here. Nothing, it really doesn't. Now here's the thing, again, this entry number 13, this is where the mockup really shines, because you look at it and it doesn't seem all that bad, right? It doesn't seem all that bad. Sure, it doesn't stand out that much. The colors aren't really bright or, really lively, but it's when you look at the mockups, it's when you have a look here, right? And you go through these ones, that's where you really understand that the competition is so high, when you see what everybody else is doing, right? It's then when you realize that, hey, my design doesn't really stand out. Because look, for example, this one right here. Which one of these stands out? It's the third one. The third one, no question about it. This one doesn't stand out, and this is the entry. This is the submission, right? This doesn't stand out, this one either. So the third one is actually the better one out of these 3, right? Let's have another look right here. And again, I would say this one probably stands out the most, not this one. This is way too dark from my point of view, and probably then in second place, probably this one, right? Let's have another look. Okay, all the entries, okay. Let's see, yeah, right here. Again, this doesn't stand out. This one isn't all that great either, to be honest, but yeah, this doesn't stand out. Let's see more, okay. This is pretty good. I would say this does stand out a bit, but overall I would still choose this one or this one. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Difficult here, difficult. I would probably say this one, but it's a bit too busy. Difficult. Now, there is a slight thing to be said about my competition. Because again, I have a design website and these are development courses, right? So it's not apples to apples. This is apples to oranges. And again, that's not a good look for you. You should have created a mockup in the design category, because that's what I'm competing, right? So not great. Okay. Look, again, does this stand out? No, this stands out much more, right? So if you just have a look, you can see that, this just gets lost. Exactly the same with this one. It's just too muted. It doesn't stand out. It doesn't draw your attention. So yeah, Okay, going back to it, let's see what's what. So I think it's safe to say that we can eliminate this one. This one is pretty good, but again, the money thing, the money aspect, and leaving the money aspect aside, again, don't mess with the logo. Don't mess with Photoshop's logo because people know the Photoshop's logo. Don't change Coca-Cola. Don't change Starbucks. Leave it as it is. So, and it's pretty bad because unfortunately, the designer actually created this custom pattern here, which is very nice. This is a good cutoff of me, so that's pretty good as well. A clipping mask here, most likely. So in terms of execution, this shows skill, but it's quite unfortunate that overall it's not a good fit. This one doesn't have any contrast whatsoever. How am I supposed to read this text? It's incredibly busy, and if we would take a poll right now in the voice chat, I'm sure that 99% of you would say that this is hard to read and it's too busy, right? And keep in mind, we're looking at it like this, but when you zoom out, right, when you look at the regular mockup, you don't have time to see to analyze all those fancy details. So because of that, yeah, we can immediately eliminate it. This one is pretty good, but again, with the dollar signs, not all that great. Pretty basic. This is, oh yeah, because again, look at number 16 and 17, right? Just have a look at them. What's the difference? Is it in terms of percentages? So me as a client, as a contest holder, again, leaving the money aside because it's not really about the money, the $20. It's me as a client. It's how you interact with the client. It's how you make sure that you increase your chances of winning. Now, when you submit 2 different entries, should they be different? Sure, obviously. Should they be different enough? Sure, obviously. Now, what's the percentage? How different should your 2 entries be in order to actually bother the client with 2 different entries? So between this one and this one, what's the difference? Is it 5%? Is it 50%? Is it 80%? This is what? A different background. This is what? 10%? Literally just a different background, 10%. This doesn't make any sense. Please don't submit entries that are nearly identical. A slight background tweak is not a different entry. It's just you being undecided, right? You're not sure, so let's just pass on the decision to him, right? I'm not sure, you decide. And that's not how this works. You can't put the decision on me. You can't make me decide because, again, if there are 2 completely different entries, then it makes sense. But if they're so similar, no, you're just doing it wrong. So let me just eliminate one of them at random. Actually, let me eliminate both of them because it's not a good look. This is actually pretty good. This is actually pretty nice. Though, Adobe Certified Instructor. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a selling point. I'm not sure how many people actually react to that. But the actual composition is pretty nice. The blues are actually quite great. Because my blazer is blue. The Photoshop has different blues. Pretty good, pretty good. This is again the same thing, but why the hell not? 5% difference. Why the hell not? Let's create a different entry. And I'm pretty sure that this is not left aligned. It's nearly there, but it's not there. So in terms of execution, no thank you. This one is really interesting because I'm not really sure what's going on here. Learn to earn money from web development, but then, just cross it out and say designing in Comic Sans. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm sorry I'm a jerk. I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of you. But again, how can you expect a client to take your work seriously when you cross something over and you say designing in Comic Sans? It's really... How am I supposed to react? Come on, guys. Come on. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. Okay. Let's see what else. The yellow one, pretty interesting, maybe eye-catching. The dollar sign and this arrow right here, I'm not really sure what's that supposed to be. And nobody knows what this is, by the way. Nobody knows what this is. I've actually thought about including, something inside the monitor, inside the laptop, but people don't recognize what this is, and people can't see this panel. And even if they see something really small, a really small part of it, they're not gonna realize that this is Photoshop. So overall, I don't think this is a good way to go about it. I don't think this is a good concept. Neither is this one, by the way. IMAX are so overused. Please trust me when I say that you shouldn't use IMAX in your presentations, in your hero areas. Don't use them. They're so overused, everybody. No, just no. And it's quite a shame because this concept right here, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But unfortunately, these pages right here, this design, the iMac is the outdated icon. It's not good enough. It's a decent design, but it's not good enough, unfortunately. So that leaves us with only a handful of them, and this is going to be quite tricky. I think I'm easily going to eliminate this one with the dollar signs because, again, we have two different versions of it. So we're going to eliminate that. This one, I still don't know what this is. So, if you guys, if you know what this is, let me know. It doesn't matter. Someone just messaged me saying that he sent the updated design. I'm sorry. If you sent it in due time, you would have seen it here. If you didn't send it in due time, then it's not here. It doesn't matter if you send it, in the last 5 minutes or in the last 15 minutes or whatever. You have to send it when you send the initial entry, the original entry. So let's see. I think number 18 is a clear front runner. Number 12 as well, but it has the outdated logo, the shadow. Unfortunately, I hate shadows at an angle because if the shadow is at this angle, so the light source is coming from here, right? This is what this means. If the shadow goes like this, then there's a light source right here. Let me actually create an ellipse. So this is the light source right here, and the light source is going like so. And if this is the case, then I should have a shadow as well. Then I should have a shadow that's going in this direction as well. So this doesn't make any sense. So because of that, I think we're just gonna have to eliminate it. Quite a shame. Okay, now we have number 3, 9, 18, and 23. Let's have a good look here. Now, the problem with number 9 is that it's not bright enough. It's not bright enough. The blur in the background, it just makes the graphics look really fuzzy. And unfortunately, what did I say about the color picker? Did I say you should go for somewhere around here or somewhere around here? No. You should stay around this area right here. You should make sure that you have enough saturation and brightness. So this is way too muted. Plus, it shows quite a lot of text. So because of that, probably it's not going to be accepted by Udemy. Because of that, this is going to be eliminated. Plus these shadows right here, these are not cool. White shadows, come on. This is not cool. So this is eliminated as well. Now, number 3. Number 3 features, I think this is a bevel. Yeah, this is a bevel layer style, which is quite unfortunate. It features this icon, which I really hate. I'm not sure why people constantly use icons that are not the real one. I see this all the time. Iconfinder.com. There's only one cursor that you have to use, and it's this one. You look for the cursor and you choose the one that's, wait a second, free icons only, okay? You only have to use the correct icons. This is the correct icon, or we're looking for the hand icon as well, not this one, because this doesn't make any sense. Where is it? This one. This is the correct icon. This is the only icon that you should be using, right? So this one and the actual arrow, not the black one, not this one, not anything else. Use the correct hand icon because you want to make sure the website looks as real as possible. Don't use this one. Don't use this one, right? So again, please just make sure you use the correct hand icon, and it was the one I showed you before. Okay, so because of that, I think we're gonna eliminate it. Plus the fact that you used bevel, it doesn't make any sense to use bevel. Oh, I can see that you actually wrote Photoshop. PS. That's pretty nice, actually. That's pretty nice. But how many people saw that this was actually PS, right? I don't think that a lot of you guys saw that this was PS right here. I saw some colored variations, but I couldn't figure out that this was PS just until I really zoomed in. So because of that, I think, again, we're going to eliminate it. We're having too many problems. Now, Tired Gamer says, could you give feedback on the eliminated designs? No, I'm not going to do that because if you can't bother to follow the rules, to read the rules and respect them, why should I waste my time with them? Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but again, if you can't follow the rules, for example, I say, okay, submit the PNG and you send the JPEG. That's not cool. If I say 1920 by 1080 and you send 500 by 600, that's not cool. So again, you have to follow the rules if you want your work reviewed and get some respect. 18 versus 23. I think this is actually from the same designer. Is this the same designer? Let me know in the comment section in the general chat if this is made from the same designer. If the same designer made these ones. Let me actually see if we can quickly find. Okay, Cucumber says it's me. So no matter the choice, you both got. So Cucumber is the winner. Now let's have a quick look. I think let's see if we have the mock-up. Cucumber, can you please send the mock-up yet again real quick? I would really appreciate it. I'm doing my best to find it real quick, but I'm not sure if I can find it in due time. No. Cucumber, did I not? Okay, so here's one of them. But unfortunately, you didn't include enough comparison. Okay, yeah. Yeah, quite unfortunate. So you are the winner. Congratulations, Cucumber. But this is not the correct mockup because I can only see your design versus two other ones, right? So your design versus two other ones is not good enough, unfortunately. I want to see how my work, how your work, how my new cover image stacks versus whatever. Then at least, let's say at least 8 other entries, right? So I would much prefer a different mockup. Let's see which one of... I think this one is pretty good with 4 mockups. I think this one was pretty okay, but this one is probably the best one, right? Because you get to see what everybody else is doing and your specific design. Now, again, I think I'll choose number 18 as the winner, but I don't think I'm actually gonna use this as my cover image. You won the money, or the course, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna use it. I think I'm gonna try and do something different. I'm not really sure what at this point, but yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go sing happy birthday, eat some cake, and then yeah, I think I'm gonna do another version and I'll see what I come up with. And then when I come up with my design, I'm probably gonna submit it. It's probably gonna be somewhat similar. It's probably gonna feature an image of myself. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna do another photo shoot with another blazer. We'll see what's what. If a designer doesn't follow the rules of a client, but the client says he likes it better, what will the client do? Well, this is a very tricky subject, and I think we spoke about that when we talked about briefs, when we talked about not following briefs, basically. But yeah, let's not get into that right now because in most cases you should follow the rules. In most cases, especially in this contest situation on Discord, you really should follow the rules. And what I'll probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna continue on doing these types of contests, and again with certain rules, certain aspect ratios, certain things that I describe in the course that you have to follow. Because again, I think attention to detail is critical. This is one of those things where actually on Freelancer, I think that I've encountered this quite a lot. So on Freelancer, you get a large brief, and then somewhere in the middle, just hidden basically in plain sight, it says, if you read the brief, please post potato when you submit your entry, right? And that shows you if the designer actually read it. because what happens on Freelancer is everybody just spams entries. It doesn't matter what the contest is all about, they just spam entries, right? So because of that, clients cleverly thought of this. They inserted something, somewhere in some place, please post ketchup if you read the brief, if you understood the brief, right? Or it can be something like whatever. They don't specify the size, they only say the aspect ratio. So they say something like it should be 16:9, or they say full HD, right? Or they say HD, for example, right? So this would be a very tricky thing. I should have actually included this. So the difference between HD and full HD is that HD is 1280 by 720, whereas full HD is 1920 by 1080. So it's these types of things that you really have to be aware of. It's these types of things you have to be on point, because if you don't handle these things, it just shows that you're not there, that you're not serious about this design thing. Let me know if there are any other questions. Let's check the general channel one more time before we head off. I have to say that considering all these that were rejected, none of them actually stood out all that much. I think this one is pretty interesting, pretty nice, but probably the laptop should have been a bit bigger, and the logo should have been updated. This one is quite strange. I think Kingy actually created it, and it's quite unfortunate because you assume that people know that this is my website, that this is my company of us. So I don't think that this is the right fit. I don't think that you should make assumptions that people understand what this design is. I don't think you should make assumptions that people know that this toolbar is from Photoshop, that this interface, this sliver right here at the left, at the top side, that this is Photoshop. Don't make assumptions. That's one of the things I learned really early on. Right here, you should have made something extremely simple, very simple, that showed something under construction, something in muted colors, something that didn't take away from the rest of the design. Right here, it's way too busy, right? There are way too many focal points, too many points of interest. With these two icons right here, this thing right here, this thing right here, plus a colored background, there's too much going on. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This was fun. I'm gonna think about the next contest and we're gonna immediately jump into it. Cucumber, please let me know if you want the money, or if you wanna do if you wanna get a design course. My new Adobe XD course is out right now. Guys, by the way, if you bought the new Adobe XD course, which I worked on tremendously, please give it a rating. Please write a few sentences. Those sentences really make my day. I really appreciate it. And that's about it. I'm gonna go eat cake after I go for a run at the gym. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Chris Barron signing out. Thank you so much.